everybody. Dale here with Scrapyard Rescue, and as you can see, we're on another episode of the Forgotten Fairlane. So today what we're going to do is we're going to rip the thing apart again for like the third or fourth time. Try to fix those intake leaks. I have discovered a problem, and I'm going to get you in here in a couple minutes and show you what that problem is. And I think that's what's been causing everything from the get-go on this. So I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to go ahead and get working on it. I'm not going to go ahead and video tearing it all apart again, and you guys are probably bored with watching that. So I'm just going to show you what I think the problem is, and then we'll go ahead and get at it, and I should be able to have it apart and back together in an hour or so, and then I'll get back in with you, and we'll see if we can get it to run right this time. So we're just going to go ahead and get going. Okay guys, here's one of the problems I'm talking about. I'll see if I can get you down in here to see it. Right there, you see that corner of where the intake manifold and the head meets? Well, there's a big hole in there. Right in here, I can actually poke stuff up through there. And I'm going to show you why that is. The other side seems to be okay. I can't really tell the back seat, it's hard to see back there, but the back looks like on that one's off. But I'm going to go show you what the problem is. Okay, this is the other Fairlane. Now, you see that gray gasket? How it's lined up all with the intakes, and you can see here where the water jacket is on it. The gasket right there, that little part right there is off of the head. See that? There's a crack right there. If you move it this way to get it to seal, then it's obstructing, none of the holes line up, nothing fits. And then you look at that back one back there, it's hanging off. I can see air through that one. These gaskets are pieces of shit. They're Chinese made garbage, just like everything else you buy. Now this one, look at this one. Let me see if I can get you in there better. Come on, where is it? Okay, that's a little better. You can see how that part of the gasket, oh, that's an intake. Where is it? No, there it is. See how it fits around the water jacket? It's not leaking there. And then on the back, it's hard to see this stuff, but this black gasket fits fine. And you can see where it doesn't, it's not obstructing the intake passages. Or if I try to move, well, you can't move it. If I move it to cover this one so it seals, the back one's, 1/8 of an inch off. These things are garbage. That's what's on the car right now. And that set there is a car set I took off of one of the last times. Because this is the mate to it, so you can see where I put some sealer on it. And this is, I believe, the first set I had on the car where I was having some leaks, so I just got new gaskets. Well, then I got these things, and it's just, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of intake gaskets, and 3 of them aren't any good. Huh, imagine that. So, anyways, we are going to go ahead and get working on that, and we're going to go ahead and put this set of gaskets on and see if that solves the problem. So when I get all that done, we get the thing all bolted back together, we'll get back in here and we'll see if it's going to run this time. Okay guys, here's a little better view of what I was talking about. This is the one, I just pulled the manifold off. You can see this right here. See how big that hole is in that gasket for that water jacket? And it's on all of them. Same thing over there. Look at that. I could, right here, I could just stick my fingernail through that right there out into just nothing. And look at the back ones. I don't know, probably my fault that I'm doing it another time. I should have saw that and realized what was going on, but you know, I didn't. So I'm going to yank these off, clean this up, and try it again. Okay guys, hey, it's the next day. We got everything all buttoned back up yesterday, but it was late in the afternoon and it was getting cold, and it's cold out again today, but at least the sun's shining, the wind's not blowing, so that's good. But anyways, got it all back together. It still doesn't run any better than it did before, but I think I'm chasing the wrong thing now. I think what's going on is that carburetor, even though it's a new carburetor, is just not right. Of course, it's a Chinese-made piece of crap, so there's, you know, I don't have any idea what's in there for jets, how it's set up or anything. I'm having a lot of trouble with the choke. That's why I can't get it to idle, is because the choke backs off right away. I've adjusted it about 20 times. I took it apart today. Inside where the spring is, and it was filled with, looked like I don't know, crud, almost like real fine sand. And I think it was probably coming up from the exhaust manifold, because it's attached. All that stuff's attached together there. So, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'd like to take the electric choke off, just get rid of it, and put a manual choke on the carburetor and see if that helps. I might try that next instead of buying a new carburetor. I don't really feel like, if I buy a carburetor, I'm going to get a Holly and put on it, and you know, just get a nice 2-barrel Holly carburetor and put on, and probably solve all my problems. The other thing is I've tore this thing apart so many times, and I ran out of water pump or thermostat housing gaskets yesterday. You know, I thought I had a bunch of them around here, but I can't find them. So I just gooped it all up when I put it back together, and of course now that the engine got hot, it's puking anti-freeze out. So I can't run it anymore today. I got to decide what to do about that carburetor, if I can put a manual choke on it or not. I'm not sure. If I do, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with those 2 lines that come off of the exhaust manifold. Do I just plug them with something and just forget about them, or, you know, or what? The only reason they're there is to heat the carburetor. That recycles up, and that's supposed to heat that electric choke. But I don't want that on there. It's not working. So I'm going to have to get rid of that. And I thought about putting headers on this car, but that's down the road a ways. I'm not going to worry about that until I can get this freaking motor running, so I could take it out and drive it on the road and not worry about it just puking out somewhere 10 miles from home and have to go get a trailer and tow it. You know, I got to get it running better before I start, you know, doing extra stuff. So I think what I'm going to do, I got to go in tomorrow into town. Unfortunately, I just can't run to the parts store here. It's 50 miles one way, so it's a 100-mile round trip to go buy even a gasket. That's why I didn't put a gasket on it yesterday. But we're going to do that. I think I'm going to pick up a manual choke cable and stuff, and I'm going to hook that up and see if I can get it to work a little better, and I'll get some thermostat or housing gaskets, and I don't know what else. Something. I got to do something. I'm going to try that, because that'll be the cheapest route to go first, and then afterwards, if that doesn't work, then I'll consider buying a new carburetor, a good carburetor, and put it on, one that's specifically set up for this engine. And then hopefully that'll take care of my problem. So, anyways, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already been a subscriber. Hit the like button and hit that little notification bell, and then every time I put a new video up, you know, you'll see it. And so anyways, let's just go with that. I'm kind of done today. Oh, I got some seat covers coming in tomorrow. That's why I got to go into town. I found a company that supposedly says they got a seat cover that fits my seat. I'm hoping it does. If it does, then I can put my bench seat back in here, which is what I'd really like to do. I talked to the upholstery guy a couple days ago about having it redone, and boy, those guys ain't cheap anymore either. There's the old guy in town retired, which is too bad. Now there's a couple of new guys. I don't know if they're new, but they're, you know, guys I haven't talked to. But the one guy said $800 to do a bench seat, and the guy I talked to the other day, he said $500, but maybe more, because I didn't have the seat with me for him to, you know, look at it and stuff. So he said if he had to change all the padding and all that kind of stuff, it would be more. And you know, so I'm looking at between $500 and $800 to have the seat reupholstered. So that's down the road a ways too. You know, I gotta save some money or make some money or do something before I can afford that. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and quit working on this for the day. I might fiddle around with my Pinto over there. I started that up the other day and drove it up here, and it was missing and backfiring and popping and all kinds of weird stuff. It's been sitting most of the winter, so I don't know if I'm going to pull the distributor cap off and see if it's got some condensation or something up in there that's causing it to misfire. It ran perfect when I parked it, of course. So, but I might monkey around with that as long as we got sunshine. It's supposed to be sunny for like the whole week here. That's pretty wild. So anyways, enough talking. Like I said, please subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're already a subscriber, thumbs up and comments, and any suggestions anybody has on this thing and on what to do and how to fix it, just, you know, put that down there in the comments. That would be great, and I will see you on the next video, and thanks for watching.